All right. So I have not done this in a while now. So,
I have never done this.
but it is a really good experience, anyways. So let's just get started with the topic, which right now you have brought me some really good topics about Monster Hunter. Is that correct?
Yes, just speaking of good experience, like this game lately, the last Monster Hunter game that came out, Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yes.
It has been a huge success, I guess. Like probably a Game of the Year award. I don't know. What do you think?
It is. It's more likely, since it's a multiplayer game, it's very hard for it to be the game of the year, even though there has been multiplayer games in the past that has been game of the year, and they have actually won the GOTY, which is the game of the year. Any other competitions for this? In the long run, maybe there's a competition for Monster Hunter in the long run this year. But it is actually a contender for a Game of the Year award. So I believe so that it is actually something that we have to get into consideration, that this game is big.
Yeah.
So
it is really big.
So you have played a little bit about this game. So I have only played like 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, because
if I tell you the amount of hours I have spent, like no life.
Just a little bit. Yeah, just tell me a little bit.
Okay, well, so far it has been the Monster Hunter game that I have dedicated the most time to, because I have never reached like more than 100 hours in a game, especially like in less than a month. I bought that game as soon as it came out.
Exactly.
Yeah, as soon as it came out, I bought it, and I've been playing it like ever since. I'm hunting rank 92, 110 hours, I guess, in already in less than a month.
Yeah, I mean it came out this month, right?
Yeah. February 28th, I think it was.
Man, it's less than a month right now. So basically, you are experienced in this game.
Yeah. And what I can say so far is that this is a beginner-friendly Monster Hunter game, because it simplifies the hunting, the combat for people that maybe haven't played Monster Hunter before, like saying that this is their first Monster Hunter game. Like, I played online a couple of times, and there were people that were like, I consider veterans. Like, they were hunting rank 250, 300, and when I asked them about the games, they said that was their first game. So I was like, what? Like, it's just like, when I say beginner friendly, it's just, it's not that it makes it easier, but the combat is it's more fluid, it's less clunky.
It is very fluid.
It's more a lot fluid, and it adds more, say, when you get knocked back, instead of just get stunned, you just like go with the movement.
Go back into fighting.
That is a great thing.
Because in the past Monster Hunter games, when the monster hits you, it takes a while for you to just recover.
Oh yeah.
And it's that kind of like annoyed me back in Monster Hunter Worlds. It was too slow for me. The only Monster Hunter that I actually played fully was Rise. That was the previous one. This one is kind of like it. I'm beginning to get into the pacing of it, although I have to grind in some other games, but this game is I get carried.
Oh yeah.
So now that you mentioned that that is very easy going, let's just say it like that. So it's for beginners that started this Monster Hunter. Is it I know it is okay to just start from this Monster Hunter, but there's history behind it, right?
Yeah.
So there's some characters that they have been in the past Monster Hunters. Do you know anything about any previous characters, NPCs?
Well, yeah. One of the characters that I saw that I got like a nostalgia trip when I saw him was Fabius, because he is from Monster Hunter 4.
Right.
And I was like, oh.
A lot of people have been mentioned.
Yeah, like in Monster Hunter 4, you see him with black hair, kind of looking like. Then in this one, it's white hair, and oh man, time has passed.
Quite long.
The second one that I will say honestly, and with all due respect, the reason why I bought the game is the glow up of Gemma. How she went from
everybody actually bought the game.
very like a simp.
So, I mean, as a man.
Yeah, I forgot.
Man, you know, it's.
I saw it and I was like, wait, is that Gemma? I need to buy this game. I didn't stop for a bit to just check the gameplay, how the combat was. No, I saw Gemma. That's a purchase right there. A must have. Take my money.
So basically, that was Monster Hunter 4 you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
How long was that?
Let's say like 11 years ago. 12 years ago.
12 years ago?
Like 2013, 2012.
That was back in the Wii U or?
That was, well, in Japan it came like for the Nintendo 3DS. And then in the US and Europe it came out as Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for the 3DS as well.
Right. That version.
That version, yeah. Which, speaking of which, like Monster Hunter, the first Monster Hunter game that I ever played was Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate.
Okay.
That was the first one that I dedicated time for it. I played it in the Wii U, I guess, and I dedicated like, let's say, like a couple of 70 some hours.
How hard was those games back in the day?
Damn. Well, this one added underwater combat, and it was like the first Monster Hunter game that had underwater combat. So imagine the clunkiness on this thing. It was very, very difficult. Yeah, like let's say that I had to like repair my gamepad a couple of times playing that game. So the amount of rages. Like, let's say, oh, I'm about to kill this monster, and then suddenly it makes a move that it hasn't done before.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like you start like trusting yourself, and then you like notice, oh, I got the pattern recognized. Bam. No. Think that again.
I mean, even back then, how was actually the multiplayer versus right now? Like,
well,
it is a little bit different because we all know back in the day versus now versus this Monster Hunter. We all know that Monster Hunters were only 4 players, right?
Yeah.
Always been like that. It's
always been
so
like that.
Back in the days, let's just go a little bit back. Back in the days now that you have that experience, the online, that you had to wait a lot in the lobby. Was it easy as right now?
Well, back then I was using the servers in the for the Wii U. Was the Beyond Miiverse. I don't think that platform exists anymore. But yeah, let's say like average time, we'll say like maybe like 15 to 20 minutes waiting for some people to show up. Because at that time, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate was already like... So people were dedicating attention to that one. But yeah, once you get like a couple of plays with a couple of people, the time just reduces. But let's say 15-20 minutes.
Would it actually level them like back in the day? I do not know because I have not. Only my wife has only played all these games back in the past. So it is very unique for today's Monster Hunter to just like be with randoms. It doesn't matter what level they are. But back in the days, you actually had to be the same level to play online, or it was if you were level 30, level rank, hunter rank, and a higher level.
Yeah, no, it was at your own risk. Like let's say you were starting in the game, and I'm high rank and I want to help you out,
Okay.
you have to invite me to your server.
Okay, got it.
Because if I invite you to my server, you're gonna have to fight monsters my
with
level.
their level,
And they're gonna
exactly.
obliterate your existence.
Yeah.
But if I do vice versa, then I can help you out with the monsters at your level. It will be faster, and that won't affect your experience.
Right.
It will affect mine, because since I'm already high level, I will not get any experience.
Right.
But you, doesn't matter if you fight, you can just stay, watch. If I kill a monster for you, you will get the experience.
Of course, but getting carried, like.
Yeah, getting carried most likely. But yeah, it doesn't limit you. That's a good thing, because if you want to challenge yourself, like just for fun,
Right.
just try it out.
You're gonna die a lot.
Yeah, you're gonna die a lot. Mm-hmm.
So
But yeah.
I remember that in Rise, you only get like 3 or 4 lives. If you die, mission fail. So
Yeah,
on this one, how is it though? Because I'm already starting. I have not gone online yet. I do have the online unlocked already, but I'm just doing the main mission. So how is that? Like you get 3, 4 lives.
You get 3 lives,
Okay.
like before, and you get 50 minutes if you start the quest. Like if the quest giver gives you the quest, then it's like 50 minutes. The time now varies depending on the time that the monster has been in the area. If you choose a quest from the field, then let's say the monster has 28 minutes left in the area, you have that amount of time to hunt the monster. So yeah, like.
So you still have the time.
Yeah, you still have the time, and it
limits.
changes. Before it was always 50 minutes and
Okay.
three lives,
Okay.
say. But now you have more things to, and that's where the beginner-friendly part comes in, because now you have more stuff that helps you not die. Like you have, let's say, like there's a, I don't know if you're familiar with the Vigor Wasp. It's like the kind of like the bubbly wasp that you pop it and it gives you life.
Yes.
There's one that is called a giant Vigor Wasp.
Okay.
That is giving you, if you do some side quests, I'm not gonna try to spoil the game, but if you do, you have to do some side quests to get that unlocked. So your Palico will help you out with it. And what it basically does is, if you die, it literally prevents you from fainting. It just pops the giant Vigor Wasp on top of you, and you recover health immediately, and you get just like a second chance, and you don't lose the lives. So you have a couple of things that help you out in that way.
So it does. The game actually carries you.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
For those type of newbies, let's just say like that. Like,
Yeah.
newbies like me. So it's something that that is not like as tedious as a World. Man, did you actually like World?
I liked
You did?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Because damn, like I bought it for me and my wife, and it was slow. For me, it was slow because it was actually my first Monster Hunter game that I actually like bought, and I was like, okay, this looks good because the graphics, you know, it was like an upgrade for those graphics, because like in the early Monster Hunters, graphics weren't that great.
Yeah, no.
You used to create your own character, and your character looked like ugly as hell.
Ugly as fuck.
So,
Yeah.
So basically, like this Monster Hunter like World, basically it was too slow for me. I was like, hell no. I dropped the game.
Yeah.
Then it came Rise. Okay, this is something I bought on the Switch first because it came on the Switch
First, yeah.
and then it came for the other platforms, but then it didn't have like crossplay.
Yeah, that pissed me off, because it's like, why are you gonna release that on the other platforms? Is you're not gonna
no crossplay.
not crossplay?
And, you need to start
Like-
all over again. Because
Literally,
it
yeah.
doesn't have like cross save.
That's the worst.
So on this new Monster Hunter, do you know by any chance does it have any cross save? I know it has
Cross-save?
crossplay, but cross save I'm not familiar of it at all.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know if it has cross saved. It has crossplay
that,
because
yes.
I have played with people with PS5 and PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it depends on the server. Xbox servers are kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, it's same as Sony's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The servers are being bad lately, but yeah, I will say average. The game in the multiplayer and the servers and the lobby, it's pretty good. Like how they did it, and already the game has like what, a month, probably a few days, or not even a month, less than a month.
That's it.
And already has like some fixes, some repairs, and some bugs that has been. I haven't seen any major bugs, like bugs that you will like.
It's weird on a Monster Hunter. It is actually
it's
weird if
weird.
that actually happens, because Monster Hunter always tends to always release it as a full game, even though they have their DLCs and all that. But
they don't tend to charge for the DLCs either.
Right,
That's the thing.
and that's the good thing. You know, we all know that Capcom has other IPs as well, and they are trying to enter these microtransaction stuff. They do it in Street Fighter as well, and people are like, "Why?"
Yeah.
But I don't see that in Monster Hunter. So basically, at least that team in particular, they don't actually do that type of robbing you.
Yeah, they don't rob you in that way. No.
So what else do you have on that list, so we can actually discuss? Because I know you have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that of the games of Monster Hunter that you have played, which one you consider your favorite one?
As of right now, Rise.
Rise
Is one of my favorite, because that's the one that I actually play fully.
Okay.
It's something that I play with most of my friends. It's faster, like the hitting and everything. The character is fast. It's not as realistic as World, because World is just. When I meant about slow, it's because the character is actually realistically slow.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like about the game, because I know they tend to be realistic, but in that time to just like everything needs to be realistic, like even the steps, even the dodging.
Yeah.
The dodging right now, it's like it's beginning to be more like a Dark Souls type of thing.
Yep.
Like I know that Monster Hunter has the how do you call that? The red, not the red, the yellow bar, the stamina.
The stamina.
The stamina bar. At least on this new one, it doesn't get too. How do you say? You don't use it. You don't actually, man. Se me fue la palabra.
You don't use it as much.
Exactly.
As often as.
I use bow and arrow. It doesn't tend to use it that much. You use it when you dodge.
When you dodge, yeah.
When you run, it doesn't actually use it that much, which is really good. Back in those, yes, like it was disastrously like you dodged half of the freaking thing. It was like, wait, I just dodged and all my stamina is halfway.
And imagining like having like things that decrease your stamina, like when you're cold or when you have some certain like buff up, or like I don't know how to say it, like, but yeah, like the stamina will like just flinch.
Yeah,
Exhausted.
it does. And then if the monster is like on you, man, you're freaking toast. Because if you do not know the timing, because this whole game is about the timing.
Yeah.
Just like a fighting game. It's about the timing. It's about how you use your weapon. It's not all spamming and spamming and spamming. So that's why my favorite game is actually Rise right now. While I'm getting into it though, so since I don't have much history of Monster Hunter, I have played previous Monster Hunters, but it didn't quite grab me as much as Rise. So basically, Rise is my favorite game, but it's not fair for the other type of Monster Hunters in the past, because again, it's not fair.
Yeah.
So that's my take of it. So what's your actual favorite?
My actual favorite, well, before Wilds now. It was Rise as well because it was the other Monster Hunter that I dedicated like more hours to it.
Yeah.
And I reached like a high rank, and I started doing the DLC, which was Sunbreak. I didn't continue on it because I sold my Switch where I had it,
Oh man.
and I forgot to do the sync to save it on the cloud. Yeah, so I couldn't like recover anything, so I lost any progress. Yeah, so I started on the Xbox, but then Wilds came out, so I was like, it's now in the dust. But yeah, so far my favorite it's been Wilds, and yeah, people are gonna say, oh, it's because it's the new one, it's trending. No, it's just because it's a great Monster Hunter game. I really love it. Maybe if there is another Monster Hunter in the future that outbests this one,
Of course, and for you it's fair because you have played previous Monster Hunter more than I do.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
basically, they cannot tell you, oh, this guy only played Monster Hunter Wilds, and so they cannot tell you shit about like,
I have
your
played.
history of
Yeah.
being a Monster Hunter.
Literally, I don't consider myself a veteran, but I've been playing like since Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. That was in 2012 in the Wii U. But I also play older versions later on, like the Freedom Unite. That was in the PSP. I also played Generations on the 3DS, and also in the Switch. And the Generations Ultimate, I think it was. And other of also like the other Monster Hunter games in the phone that came out was like stories.
Oh yes, the story ones.
Yeah, it's almost like a Pokemon type game. Yeah, instead of hunting them and killing them to maintain the ecosystem, you
basically
ride
a Pokemon
them.
type. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you tame them and you use them to attack each other.
Yeah, I mean they took the inspiration from their own company because this Monster Hunter was actually a Japanese only game. Because they used to release on the PlayStation 2 or PSP, but also most Monster Hunters used to release only on Nintendo.
On Nintendo, yeah.
So basically, a Monster Hunter got released on Nintendo, and another different Monster Hunter got released on the PlayStation. Back in the day, because back in the day there were different Monster Hunters. They were not actually the same generation.
No,
it was a completely different game.
Yeah, it was a completely like the first one. Actually, damn. And if once I think about it, I feel old because the first game, the first Monster Hunter game that came for PS2 was like in March 11th, 2004. It's like 21 years ago.
Damn.
Wow. That is a long time ago. Wow.
Like that actually feels that I'm actually 30, 33 now.
33, yeah, I'm 31. So yeah.
You know.
It's like when I was like 10, I was 10 years old. Wow.
Yeah, it has been a long time. So what else do you have there?
Yeah, well, in you have played Rise. I think Rise has a good variety of monsters in the game. Like, what would you say that it was? Which monster was your most epic hunt?
My most epic hunt.
Yeah, the one that you would consider the most epic hunt.
You know, a lot of people might think this will be actually weird, because it is a nasty monster, and I know. A lot of people, my wife hates it.
What?
It's the Ketsu.
The cats. Damn.
I know. The wildest hunt. Because I know that thing looks like a freaking dick.
It does.
So, basically, since it has type of weird movements, I tend to dodge a lot. My bow and arrow, I used to use the bow and arrow in Rise. So there's a move that when you dodge, it actually does a shooting as well. So when the Kenzu just try to just like, you know, I freaking hate that move, but it's not even my favorite monster at all because it's freaking nasty. But since it was my epic hunt, with the nastiest monster was the Kezu.
Yeah.
So what's yours though?
Mine, damn. I will say my most epic hunt was in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, and I was playing with some people online, some Spanish people actually.
From Spain?
From
Okay,
Spain.
so,
Yeah, Spanish from Spain.
Estás malo,
Yeah, joder, tío. Yeah, I like that. Those. So we were fighting the Stygian Sinogre.
Oh, Zenogre.
Yeah, the Sinogre.
That's my favorite monster.
Yeah, that's my favorite one is the Stygian Sinogre.
Nice.
And it was because of this moment. It was my first like ever difficult monster, and it was like the monster to get to master rank in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. So I was reaching that point, and I was like, I wasn't not reaching master rank, but one of them was, so I wanted to fight it with them. And it was my most epic one because I was the one who got the last kill shot.
Oh, yeah.
And I wasn't even in the fight mostly. I was just behind, just throwing some life powder and supporting. And I had all the potions in me.
All the gadgets.
In my pouch. Yeah, all the gadgets, the traps, everything. Oh, we're out of traps. I'm going to go back to the camp, get more traps and things like that.
Nice.
I just saw an opening. I went with my switch axe, swing, hit it, and it was done. Killed. Damn. And everybody was like, oh my god, the newbie.
Wow. So
but that was a very, very, I will say, very epic one because we spent like let's say the last hit was like 2 minutes before the quest ended.
Wow. So it was clutch?
Yeah.
Damn.
So it was like 48, almost 49 minutes in the fight, like that. We finally dead, literally, because we try to like before. This is another thing that Monster Hunter games simplified over the years, and it's capturing.
Oh, okay.
Before capturing, you had to like literally bombard the monster with tranquilizers, or literally like obliterate the existence of the monster. Ooh. And back then you don't know if you were about to kill it or if it was good to be captured.
Right.
So you like, let's say you might have to give like 4 or 5 tries to capture a monster back then. So you have to go back to the camp, craft traps. If you find the materials, then go back at it. Yeah, it's like that much time. So we try to capture it first. But we didn't know if it was about to die. So when I hit him, it got him killed. So everybody was satisfied with that. It was just, okay, let's just screw it.
Yeah,
it's done with.
Yeah, leave it at that. Because so did you have to like fight Zenogre more time to just gain some parts, gain some gear?
Oh yeah, because just sometimes they give you some stuff, but depending on how many times you repeat the quest or the size of the monster, it will give you different things and the chances. Also, if you have items in you like talismans, give you more chance of gathering materials, then you get more chances of getting different materials. But yeah, in those games, you have to like grind like the living daylights of that monster to get at least one art, like boots or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like a small pair of shoes. You have to like literally kick the living daylights out of this monster to get it.
Spamming the actual thing, like spamming the quest.
Spamming the quest, yeah. Sometimes you get tired of it, but you want those boots so bad because they look so badass on you. And they have, it doesn't, in my case, I'm so aesthetic that it doesn't even matter if it gives me like attributes. Yeah. If it looks cool, I will grind that monster until I get the boots. And I just put them on. Because right now in my profile, my Monster Hunter in Wilds, I got like the makeup and everything matched with my outfit. Like I am very picky like that. And I always pick a female character just to do that.
Of course we do female characters.
Simping.
I do not want to see a guy's ass.
Exactly. Like,
man, like I want to see a woman. walking by and being a badass.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's all for the for fan service and of course
it looks better. Like it's more than usual to see a man kicking ass or killing monsters, but then you see a lady, very fancy, very beautiful.
Yeah. Of course.
Tough ass looking lady whooping some ass. Like yeah.
Super sexy.
Exactly.
I mean, it is what it is, man, because
getting hands on.
every single game in which you create a character, it has to be something that it looks nice.
Nice.
That looks beautiful. So how long did you take to make your girl?
I took
An hour?
say nearly 2 hours, man. Just
like in this Monster Hunter, the customization and the character creation are the top.
Yeah, that's why it took so much, because I was like, damn, she looks good. Then I did something else. Ooh, she looks better.
Yes,
I just
exactly.
kept tweaking and
right.
tweaking
the
and
little
tweaking.
Details, the eyes,
small
the hair.
details.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it was.
Because I wanted, I was mixing mine depending on my taste.
Yes.
And I wanted to mix like very Asian eyes, but at the same time type like native Pacific eyes, Hawaiian and all that stuff.
I don't know how other dudes create dudes.
Yeah, like when I'm forced to only create dudes, I just pick the random face. This looks okay. Let's just get it.
I don't
Like
care about do that.
Yeah, like in Fallout, I just pick the default face. I don't change anything. I just he almost looked like me. Damn, that big ass nose. I don't care. Like just get it. But when I take the female character, I spend my time with the hair, like eyes, everything to look perfect. Yeah, because I'm not gonna see a person in real life that is gonna look like that. So I might as well, take the creation in my hands. Be God for a few minutes.
That's what it means. That's how it is, because
exactly.
Previous Monster Hunter were actually limited. It wasn't this big. Not even in Rise. Like Wilds is something else, dude.
Yeah.
This game. And I hope that even the cosmetic, the costumes and the skins get even better. Because I know even in Rise was really good, but I want this one to be actually really good with the costumes and the collaborations as well, dude. Because in the previous Monster Hunter, we have a lot of collaborations with anime, movies,
Attack on Titan.
Exactly. Yeah. I want that on this one, and that's actually going to be selling a lot. And that is totally Game of the Year. So
yeah, that's Game of the Year worthy there.
What else?
Let's say, would you recommend this game to someone?
Well, yes, because even though I've only played like 2 hours, I do. And that's because getting the difference with World, I only play like Worlds like an hour.
An hour.
Yeah, and I dropped it. This game is different. This game actually, it grabbed me. Graphics grabbed me. Even the story.
Oh yeah, the story
is really good.
So far, this is the most story-centered.
Exactly, yes. And that's why I actually recommend it even for a newbie. Yeah. Because I know that newbies will be like, this looks kind of like the other Monster Hunter knockoffs. I don't say knockoffs because they're also inspirations as well.
Yeah,
like God Eater.
God Eater
is kind of like
God Eater. Dauntless.
I used to play Dauntless as well.
Yeah, I used to play Dauntless.
But that's the free version of them. So it's I'm not going to say like a rip-off. It's actually an inspiration. So basically, I fully recommend this, even though if just buy this full price, even full price, because it vale la pena. It does deserve it. Yeah. Worth your money, worth your time, and it's something that it's different. It's not like a copy and paste from previous Monster Hunter.
It's a total new
game. It's even the controllers are different versus in Rise.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is different.
Yeah, I tried playing Rise after playing Monster Hunter Wilds, and, I was getting my ass whooped. Like, I was like not being a badass like in Monster Hunter Wilds at all.
Well, it's totally different, so I fully recommend it.
Yeah, I fully recommend it for people, especially for people that are like starting to play Monster Hunter games, that they have never played Monster Hunter games before. This is a good game. Like, you can start with whatever game you want, but if you start with the other games, like with Rise or previous game, you're gonna see that it's very clunky. You're not gonna get familiarized to it because we got familiarized to it. At least I did, because I liked the game. I got interest on it.
Mm-hmm.
At first, there were just times where I would just play like for a few days and then stop playing it for a month and then go back at it, until I just got used to the mechanics and how it goes. And then I started playing with people, meeting people, making friends and all that stuff that was motivating me to play the game, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But per se, like I was not spending time on like by myself playing the game. But with Monster Hunter Wilds, it makes it like you can spend time alone. Like, if you don't like to play online, if you want to play by yourself, you can just play alone and in your own server and play with the NPC. You can just, there's a system now that is like the flare.
Oh yeah, that thing.
You throw a flare and you get support like from NPC. It makes it easier for you to hunt.
You don't have to wait until a random guy from all over
the world that doesn't know you.
And like, who is SOSing?
Yeah.
They totally ignore you like in Rise.
Mm-hmm. So my first experience with the SOS thing, my intention was to get the NPC, but I left the room open, so someone came in.
Okay.
Level, like, he was only 5 above me. Like, I was like 38. He was like maybe like 40 something. Yeah, 40 something. Okay. Yeah, and he was just like bragging, like teaching me.
Right.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm a vet, and I said, oh, since when you have been playing Monster Hunter? Oh, since Monster Hunter World. And I shut up. I've been playing since 3.
You're
man.
one of those
like,
people.
Just, come on. You don't know struggle here.
You don't know what I've been through.
Nah, what I've been through. One of the things that it changed over the years, and I don't know if you knew about it. You know the whetstones?
Not familiar.
The whetstones in the game that used to sharpen your weapon.
Oh yes. Okay, gotcha.
It's unlimited now.
Okay.
Back then, you have to make.
Yeah, you had to actually craft.
Exactly. So I always forget to prepare well for a fight. Man. I accept a quest and I leave, and then when I'm leaving to the place, I'm like, damn, I forgot this.
Yeah.
So So I remember I had to fight a Lagiacrus, and I didn't have any whetstones on me. The weapon was fully charged, but I knew that I needed at least like 5 of those.
That weapon starts bouncing,
dude. If this wasn't the most epic fight, it was almost the most epic one, because I did it by myself with a dull weapon. Like, it was on red. I was bouncing, doing 1, 2, 3 damage, but I managed to kill the guy. Because
that's a struggle. Yeah, that's a real struggle.
He left the area, and I saw an opening to start fishing. So I found a wet fish. So you can use that to sharpen weapons. Gotcha. So I got a little bit of yellow in the sharpness. Because it wasn't even enough to get fully sharp. But with that, I was able to kill it. But I did it in like 47 minutes tops. But I was like, you know the meme of the guy with the computer like sweating? That was me, like... Woo! And that was on the Wii U. I was having the big ass gamepad on like.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Uncomfortable as that thing was uncomfortable, really.
You know, like, now that it's simplified, like just like you said, you don't have to like worry about it. It's
not
actually there.
You have it there.
That tool is there already. So yeah. So people like before that, and like. You need to like that is actually called a veteran right there. I consider you a veteran still because I mean you actually know the struggle.
Yeah, it's just
So it's not the same as the simplified type of monster hunters from today, because hunters from today, they get everything.
yeah.
Just like, you know, this generation gets everything.
Yeah,
Simplified.
everything is simplified and easy.
So
and
basically, even I don't know if the monsters also been simplified. Do
A
you
bit.
know any of those nerfed monsters that are right now, and back in the days they were actually broken, unbeatable, and you need to get help?
well, I haven't reached like the really broken ones that you get on the master rank.
Yeah.
Like the Fatalis and that kind of monsters.
Yeah.
But so far, the ones that are from this game, like the Monster Hunter Wilds, it has like a couple of monsters that I consider, damn, like the Gormagala is from Monster Hunter 4.
Yeah.
And I only defeated the one of the story.
Okay.
I did a little spoiler. My bad. But I only did that one. That was the first and last Gormagala that I was able to hunt. The rest ones, no success. To no avail. Like, not even close. And I thought that the Nargacuga was bad.
But this
The
one,
Nargacuga is not in this game. Like, thank God. For now.
for now, it's not.
For now, it's not. But the Gormagala, damn. And I have my arch enemy in this game is the Argfeld.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my arch enemy. Like I
it's
have hunt like I think like 10 of those already.
Is it really annoying?
No, I just like how it looks
Okay.
and how it looks on my armor set.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
It
got
looks
you,
badass.
Right,
So I
right.
saw the armor. I was like, this is my new favorite monster right here.
Nice.
So every time I see one, it's like there was one time we were like 4 friends ready to play, and it was like, man, what we hunt, and then I see the Argfeld, like high rank, tempered, which is like really bad, and I just disappeared from the chat, and they were like, where's this guy? And then they start listening like, oh, god damn it, no, crap, what are you doing? Hunting the Argfeld?
Yeah, literally.
Since when? I was all alone, just grinding that guy. As soon as I see an Argfeld in the area, I just go straight to it because I like to have everything. From that
Right.
Yeah.
So what else do you have on the list?
Oh well, pretty much. Oh yeah. What's the weapon of choice? Like, what's your weapon? Like your main?
I mean, back in the day, Rise.
Yeah,
Back in the
Rise.
days,
Back in
Rise.
the day.
So I used to use dual blade.
The what?
Dual blade.
A dual blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I was down a lot. People used to carry me a lot. Like, friends who are watching this know exactly what I'm talking about. So basically, that was my main. But then they told me, use the bow and arrow. And I was like, okay, then long distance. You know, for me, because I used to do that a lot, and they used to revive me a lot. They got tired of it, so let's go with bow and arrow. Then I went to bow and arrow, loved it because I love the movements, I love the flashiness. And it's a weapon that you can actually use melee as well, because with the bow you can like do that. But yeah, that's my weapon of choice. Bow and arrow is one of those easiest weapon to use, even though you're long distance, there is a range limit.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you need to get a little bit close to the monster in order for you to do some damage.
Exactly.
So basically, it is my favorite and my preferred. So what's yours?
Oh, my favorite now, it's the charge blade.
Ooh.
It's considered it's not because of that. It's not because it's considered the best weapon in the game. It's because the first time I used it in Monster Hunter, I think was World. They had it. I don't remember well. Charge blade, yeah. They had
I
the
think
Insect
they-
Glaive
yeah.
and the Charge Blade that was added up in Monster Hunter 4. They had it in Monster Hunter World, and that was the first time I used it, and I was like, "What is this?" Like before in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, the first weapons that I started using was sword and shield.
Okay.
But like you, I was getting
Yeah,
whooped
you
all
got-
the time. I
you
was
were
getting
getting
killed.
clapped.
Yeah, I was getting clapped. I was not even like killing the first monster. Like I was
Right.
stuck in that. Then I tried the long sword, like with like the
Yeah.
katana type sword.
Exactly.
I managed to kill a couple of ones, but then I reached to a point where I was stuck.
Okay, so you need
Then
to change.
I tried the switch axe.
Oof.
That was the one that I was like
Wait, is that the
whooping.
one with the
Yeah, that's-
that movement like?
Yeah, that was the one that is like an axe and then it switches to a great sword.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. I started using that one. I was whooping ass with that one. I was like, okay, this is my weapon of choice.
Is it considered like a heavy weapon like the longsword?
It's considered like let's say like a mid-heavy weapon
Okay.
because it's not as
It's not
slow
Okay.
as the great sword. Well, if you have it on the sword, you move slow like you have the
Okay.
great sword. But if you have it with the battle axe or the axe, the movement
Okay.
is not really that slow.
Okay.
But yeah, the charge blade for me, I love it because it like you have the sword and shield, you have speed, you have movement, and you have the ability to like charge the blade while using combos with the sword and shield. You can now parry in time to also charge the blade, and you also have new combos if you like cover yourself in time. You can like do a counter strike or something like that. They added up like a new thing for the charge blade, which is like this chainsaw thing on the charge blade. Like when you use a focus strike on a wound, it like switches to the axe and then it stays on the wound like just like a chainsaw.
Sounds like more like a god eater weapon.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I
like-
saw it and I was like, holy crap.
Because God Eater has like a chainsaw thing and
Mhm.
like with the weapon and the axe and the mixing things and the scythe.
Oh yeah.
Things like that.
But yeah, my weapon of choice, the two ones and the ones that I just started
Mhm.
recently learning, it was the gun lens.
Mm.
The gun lens. I started using that recently and I loved it. I was like, ooh, I like this thing. It's like the combo on it. And I also like the weapons that I can cover myself because sometimes
Right.
the monster just go nuts and starts just
Yeah.
like hitting nonstop. So you have to like stay there
Yeah.
with the shield.
Since I do not use those type of weapons, do you need to have a certain stamina to block, or
Yeah,
okay.
if every time you block a hit, it depletes your
okay.
stamina.
Okay.
And if it goes completely, it knocks
It
you
was gonna
back.
push you back. Okay.
Yeah. And you have to like recover yourself, and then you get.
At least
like-
if you cover, at least the stamina, it like
Mhm.
unless it hits you, it goes down.
Yeah, exactly.
So, at
you
least
can
that's-
parry, and in this game
Okay.
you can parry. If you
Like-
parry on time, it doesn't take that much stamina. Oh, and also takes health depending on the attack. Like if it's a very strong attack, it will reduce the damage, but it will still do
Do
damage.
damage. Okay.
And it will not knock you back if you have enough stamina.
Did they actually have parry on the Rise?
I don't remember. At least the
Yeah.
new fighting sequence where you block the attack and the
Yeah.
monster just stays like.
Okay,
oh,
yeah.
That
yeah.
I didn't saw it in Rise.
No, I don't
But-
remember. No.
No. But in this one, whoa. In this game, when I saw that one, I was like, ooh, now this is a Monster Hunter that I have to play. But yeah, like, it is the first Monster Hunter that I have reached like 92 hunting rank with
Wow.
110 hours in less than a month.
That is actually confirms that is your favorite, right there.
I think it is, yeah. It's
That's in less than a month.
in less than a month. I just dedicated that
Yep.
much time to it. Hmm.
You're
And-
ready to carry a whole team.
Yeah, and the thing is that I really don't have much time to play. I work almost all the time.
Right,
And I
that's
still
another
was
fact.
able to grind that game. Imagine if I had like more time off to play that game. I'd probably be like what
Yeah.
999 like that guy. You saw that?
Yeah. I mean, does he actually dedicate it for gaming, or he has another job? Because
that's like maybe he's dedicated for gaming because like
it's
to
two
reach
differences.
that. There's people that reach high ranks because they just focus on increasing their rank, but they don't focus on anything else like armor crafting. I saw a guy that he was like almost 400 ranking, but his armor was still rarity 4. It's like the highest one is rarity 8.
But how can they actually battle?
Yeah, he must be like getting his ass whooped all the time, but he says they keep grinding the same monsters to reach level. It's like there's ways to grind.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's a weird type of grinding, right?
Yeah.
Because
it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you want like that much ranking and have a very shady armor on you? Like, no. Oh, I dodge. I just don't let the monster touch me. Yeah, like, it doesn't matter. Like, what about the buffing and the skills that better armor gives you?
Like Monster Hunter is more, more than that. It's more than just hunting. It's the costume. It's the power that you gain, leveling up your weapon. Obviously, how your character looks, your skills. Monster Hunter is just more than that, really. Because right now we're just saying that, I just only level for this. I just only level for that. Mm-hmm. Like right now, there's a lot of people actually grinding like every single weapon. Mm. Like, do you know those type of people?
Yeah. Like I have seen a couple of every time we change a monster, a different weapon. Like,
exactly.
Just stay with one, learn one, and you see that they don't perform as better people. They don't perform as good as others that use just one. Weapon.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I don't say it's impossible to master all the weapons, but it will take you more time to master all the weapons that you probably won't be able to use all of them.
Exactly.
Like,
you get bored of one and you just stay with one.
Yeah. Like I started using the gunless just to try something.
I hate that one.
Yeah. In this game, I like the combo on it and everything. It's cool, but I don't use it as often as the charge blade because mine two main weapons, charge blade and switch axe.
Right.
And sometimes I use the long sword depending on the monster that I'm fighting. If I want to move faster and do a lot of damage, then I use the long sword or the sword and shield.
Right.
I mean the charge blade.
Charge blade, correct. Yeah.
But if I want to be like a tank and do like a lot of damage, but not necessarily want to move around that much, I'll use the gun lance or the switch axe, which I just constantly like a quemarropa ahí al lado del.
Right.
On top of the like a fucking flea.
Right. Oh my gosh. So we got literally 7 minutes to an hour on this podcast. What else do you have there?
Well,
because I know you need to go to somewhere else. So.
Yeah. No, but just I had just that at the moment. Yeah. Like those questions, and maybe like the experiences. Like, what would you consider the most funny experience you had? And Monster Hunter Rise, like you have to pause your game because you started laughing so hard you lost focus on what you were doing.
Wow, I laugh now, but in that moment,
it didn't.
It was not. I was actually fighting a monster, right? I do not remember the name of the monster. This was the actual like 4th time that we actually went to that monster and we all failed the mission. Oh. And I was like, okay. I was with my friends, right? I was like, okay, let's heal it out. And then when the monster kills my ass, and then I see mission fail. I rage quit.
Yeah.
I smacked the freaking dead. Bam! And then I just smashed the door as well.
Like, God damn it.
Like, bro. And then I was like, people were like, when they saw the replay, oh my gosh, it was hilarious because I recorded that it's actually online. So my rage was actually recorded, actually the gameplay as well.
Damn.
It's there. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna leave it there because it's funny. Right now it's freaking funny because then later on I beat it. We all beat it. So I was like, I was really frustrated. I was really upset. So
mine was like I was playing Rise recently, and I was fighting against the Tigrex. I was whooping ass. I was doing fine. I wasn't like, I didn't faint only just once, and the power just went out.
no way, man.
Yes, without saving it. And I was like, literally the most funniest thing, if I was recording myself, it would have been like hilarious to see, because I just grabbed the controller and I was like, I wanted to slam it to the floor, but at the same time, it's the only controller
that I have, yeah.
And it's like, it wasn't even my fault. It wasn't even that I was losing or that I died or anything. It's just the power.
Or you in Puerto Rico with that power just...
Yeah.
So people, for those who don't know, Puerto Rico suffers from power outages constantly. And if you do not have like a battery saving thing on your console,
Solar panels or
even
something.
back in the days, it was really bad.
Oh yeah. And it has been happening since like 2017, like for 8 years now. And way before that, but it got worse.
It got worse after Maria. It got worse.
It's just stupid. And nothing has been done with it. And they keep increasing the prices, and you keep just like, nah,
Yes.
this is crazy. But yeah, back to the subject, the Monster Hunter. I can say, like the story in this game, like without spoiling it too much, if you're into the kind of game like has a good storyline to get you caught on in the game, I think this one has a great thing, because it's not that previous Monster Hunter games don't have a good story, but most of them you have to read a lot because it's not cutscenes,
It's
dialogue,
texting,
it's text.
Yeah.
So you have to read a lot. So sometimes that's kind of like it loses your motivation, so you start skipping.
You
Skip.
People
Yeah.
do not like reading a lot.
Yeah.
So
In this one, you have more cutscenes. It's more cinematic.
Right.
Like it's most
more
like,
visual.
Yeah, more visual.
Yeah.
It's mostly like Monster Hunter World.
Right.
Yeah, and you have that kind of like cinematic to it. Like you can sit down and rewatch the gallery, the cutscenes to get back to it if you lost track at some point. But yeah, it keeps you intrigued in it. It keeps you like interested, and it's not like a story that it will like bore you. It will stay in the same. It keeps progressing as you keep playing. It doesn't stay stuck at the, how you call it, the climax.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes how it's supposed to.
Nice.
Not as fast. Well, it depends on how much you play. I finished it quickly. I finished the story like in a week and a half.
So
I already finished the
you
main
have
story.
already played the whole story, right?
Yeah, the whole main story.
So from 1 to 10, your final verdict will be?
I will say, starting from 1 to 10, I'll say 9.
9.
9.
Nice.
Because that it could have been a 10.
Okay.
But there were some times where the script, the dialogue was kind of empty.
Okay.
So
I got you, because those type of games tends to have that.
Yeah, it's like they didn't have anything what else to put in that scene, and instead of cutting it, they just put some words in it. And it was like irrelevant to what you're just what you were just seeing, but okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say 9 out of 10. It's a good story. My opinion, of course, there will be people saying, "Oh, 7.5 or something." That's my rating.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a personal take for it.
And that's one of the things that I focus on the game. When it has good story, I focus on it because I like a game with good story.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't play games like Call of Duty or games that are focused online like Fortnite. I only play with friends.
Right.
I don't play for the grinding to level up or to unlock characters or anything. Sometimes I do, like with Fortnite. Sometimes I get obsessed with it, but I am more like intrigued with this kind of games like Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And that you can play with your friends, but you can also enjoy it by yourself. And like Monster Hunter Wilds is not the exception. Like, it has a great content, it has great story. It's simplified so people that haven't played Monster Hunter before can get into it.
Nice.
And even though like I've been grinding and fighting mostly repetitive the same monsters all the time, it doesn't feel repetitive because it rewards you nicely. Like, it gives you different rewards depending on what you kill. It doesn't give you the same thing all the time. And depending on the difficulty or the size of the monster, you get different items from the monster. So if you want some items, you fight the monster this time and you didn't get the items, you go and fight it. So just trying to get the item you want motivates you and like pushes you to keep fighting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't make the game repetitive. It motivates you to keep playing. And that's the reason why that I recommend to new players, because it's rewarding. Like, it actually rewards your progress.
That's cool.
Unlike other Monster Hunter games, not that they don't reward you, but it takes more time to get like good gear or good weapons that will help you fight better.
Mm-hmm.
It will take more time. In Monster Hunter Wilds, it's a lot faster. Like, the pace of the game is faster. They explain to you things better, like the games, the tutorials. If you're someone like me that constantly skips everything and doesn't read, so when I just like, oh, how do I do this? When they didn't explain this to me, and when I checked the tutorial, oh, they did.
Yeah,
I just missed
you
it.
just skipped it.
Yeah, I just skipped it. Yeah, because I don't read. I just like, they give you a tutorial, they give you like a small box explaining you how the system works.
Yeah.
I just like, whatever, close. I don't read.
Exactly.
Still, they do everything so simple in the matter that even if you don't read, you can figure it out on your own.
Exactly.
Like, it just comes out naturally. Like, oh, I didn't know I could do this. And it just like, the mechanics in the game are so easy to get familiarized that shortcuts, you can create the shortcuts on your own. What is shown in the shortcuts bar or in the toolbars, you have different ways to access that. Now you have the classic way, you press a button and X and B or square and circle to travel around your items, or you have different shortcuts to access certain types of items in your inventory. And you can take out some things, like they're not like things that you can take out of your item box, but you can cancel it, so you will have more space or less things taking in the toolbox. I am the kind of person that I like to keep my items pouch organized and only the necessary, so I don't have to be scrolling up and down looking for the items.
Right.
So even though you can just like, there's a different way now that you can just hold the button and you can scroll with the right stick where the item, but that takes movement from you and it takes more time to focus on where you want it. So yeah, I'm the kind of person that if I'm not using the net at the moment or the campsite thing, I just skip it out. If I'm not gonna use the mantles, I don't use mantles that much, or the binoculars. I don't use binoculars. The paint, I don't use that because it's easy to get to the monster. That's another thing. Yeah. You have this new ride that is like the sacred. I call it a chocobo.
Yeah.
Because it reminds me so much of the chocobo. Yeah. I named it chocobo.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't get the copyrights.
I mean, it does look like a freaking chocobo.
Yeah, it does look. It's like a chocobo on steroids. Literally.
Yeah, because it's a lot bigger.
It's a lot bigger and it's like very muscular.
Yeah,
like the chocobos are chubby. Yeah, and they're like kind of like a little bit dumb in some point.
Yeah,
but they're cute. These ones are badass.
Yeah.
Sacreds. So they can like it's easier to not lose track of a monster.
Right.
Like back then, you had to throw paint on a monster. So when it left, you have to like search it. You have to wait for the monster to appear in the map, and you have a certain time.
Yeah.
And in this one, you just like let the sacred take you to the monster, and that's where the bugs that I have noticed came in, because sometimes the sacred just stays running around in circles.
Yeah.
Even though the monster it already reached its destination where it's going to be at the moment, it just like goes back and forth in circles, and you have to do it on your own. Or one of the most noticeable bug that I faced recently fighting the Yin Dahad. It's another monster. Later on, I keep spoiling the game.
I mean, most of these people know these monsters already.
Yeah, I think but it's this big monster that it appears in the game. You fight him in a specific area. It's not like an area that you can go often. It's an area that you can go only to fight him. So you traverse the map as he changes location. Like let's say you're fighting him here. To get to the next location, you have to wait for him to break a wall or something so he can go through that, so you can follow him. In this case, my game glitched and he just went through the wall but without breaking it. And I was like, was that supposed to happen? I think this wall is supposed to break. So my sacred just stayed just running against the wall, like trying to go through, and I'm like, I think this wall is supposed to break. So I had to literally quit the quest, and the monster was weakened.
Okay.
So it was about to die. So I wasn't able to finish the quest. So I had to start over.
Great.
So yeah, that was the only noticeable bug that I could find in the game. And but overall, like it's a great game.
Nice.
I say, for me, if it gets to be the game of the year, not that there's no other competition out there. I think that there's other competitions.
There's a whole year right now, so we're just starting the year.
Yeah,
so let's see if there's a really good competition for Monster Hunter. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's see what other games will come out this year. So basically, we're out of time. So yeah, I think this will be it, guys. And this was actually pretty freaking nice.
Yeah.
I have not done this in a while, and this is your first podcast.
My first time. I hope I did good.
So basically, this is what we actually are going to be doing for the rest of this year. So basically, hopefully for the best of these kinds of podcasts, Zyberpunky and Friends, I used to call them, but I think I'll still say the same thing. So anyway, guys, this has been Zyberpunky.
Phoebe.
And we'll see you guys later.